I think going back to my home country is not an option I would take. Also, the mindset shifts and then the confidence level you gain when you are not at your home. If you talk to your friends maybe back home, they will say, wow, your personality also changed. Czech people here, they're so friendly towards dogs. They were grilling, they were drinking, they were doing mushroom.
Hey, it's Xuxu Prague Expat Stories.
Welcome to the 5th episode of Xuxu Podcast. Welcome, Olivia. So we barely know each other. We've actually met 1 week ago at some event organized by Expat Connect Prague on Instagram, and a picnic full of expats. And now you're here.
Yeah, I am.
So before asking anything about your journey, I want to know if you remember your first day in Prague.
Yeah, of course I do. It still felt like yesterday when I think back. So I arrived to Prague, I think 2019, September 12th.
Okay.
Yeah, I arrived in the afternoon around 6:30. So that's kind of my /half day in Prague, the first time I got here.
That's very precise. Like, I don't even remember what time I got here. So, wow.
I do.
How come you remember it so precisely?
Because I think in the beginning, there are certain papers for me to fill out as a student. They always ask the first dates when you enter the country. So that's how I remember it.
Okay. And so do you remember, did anybody pick you up? So you arrived for studies, right?
Yeah. So I kind of know some friends already in this university. So they arranged like a pickup to the airport for me. But then one of my friends, she was like trying to trick me. She sent me a message. She's like, oh, sorry, we couldn't come. There was issue. I was like, oh, but I don't even know where's my dormitory. I was so scared. And then I was like taking my luggage and stuff. And then I saw a girl, she was passing in front of me. And that was actually her. So she's trying to make me nervous. And then they showed up with a car and everything. So
Oh, no.
yeah.
After like a really long trip and everything. How long is the trip from? Were you coming from China or from somewhere
Yeah. I
else?
was flying from China, Chengdu to, I think I had a transfer in Finland and then back to Prague. So I think the whole journey is more than, I think 16 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, quite a long one.
Are you still friends with her today?
Yeah. We're a really long time friend. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So you knew some people before moving to Prague. How come?
I did my bachelor both in China and France. So this friend I mentioned, we went together in France to study in the same university. And afterwards, so things happened, and then she actually came to Czech Republic like a week ago before me. That's how I know, like she arranged this pickup with me, for me. Yeah.
Nice. Sweet. So did you always wanted to like live abroad, or how did it come to you?
I think it's never like a norm for me. Like before going to France, that was like literally my first time going abroad, or let's say one of the few times that I can actually step out where I used to live or study. So before that, everything seems like far away. Like if you now talk to some other people who's always doing their nomad work, like life, you will be like, oh, that's so far away. But once actually when you start to do so, it doesn't seem that scary or big anymore. It's like something, oh, maybe I can do this, or maybe I can try that. It's more like accessible for you. And then, yeah, the idea of like going to different countries, start to live there, won't seem big enough. Yeah.
So how long did you stay in France?
I was there for 1 year. It's like dual degree. So yeah, that's like for a bachelor degree, 1 year.
Okay. Because myself, so I've done like a year exchange in the US during my studies. I've done a few months in Spain, a few months in England, and now I've been in Prague for like, plus 6 years. But I don't know if I would do it again, to be honest, because it's kind of like a lot of efforts to start a life somewhere, make new friends, get to know a city. Like at the beginning, you're always taking the trams the wrong directions and everything.
Yeah.
So right now I would be very lazy, to be honest. But so during the picnic last week, you said like you hope not to stay in Prague, kind of. So I want to hear more about this because actually, to tell you the truth, So you're the fifth guest I have on this podcast. And the fourth guest I have before, actually, three of them have been there for like more than 10 years and they've built their life here and they want to stay here.
They
And
settled.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
they settled. But I don't know. I
Mm-hmm.
just felt like your perspective was like very refreshing and that you're like, okay, yeah, Prague is great, but I want to see something else.
Yeah. I guess the idea of moving around happened in my early 20s. So back then, I don't really know much and I don't have that like life already in the city. So it's okay to explore a bit, to move to a new country. But right now, I don't think will be my final destination is that I felt like I've been living here for 6 years. I pretty much know a lot about the city and I desire something different. And with my work, I travel to US, to Singapore, to other Asian markets or countries. And I was thinking, why not? Like, what could be so hard if just to move somewhere else? Of course, it can be really a hassle when you need to find a new flat, you build your network again. But I think, why not? Just why not, really? Life is so short. You don't want to be just... Maybe it's different mindset, right? I already have a family, I have kids, it will be very hard to travel. But now I don't have those yet, so still want to see the world is big and I want to see what's going on.
That's so cool. Yeah, I mean, there's like not one solution to like building a life. So how long did it actually take you to build a life in Prague? I feel like for myself, I think a year and a half is like where you start to like really have like a group of friends, your habits and everything. What about you?
I can't really tell exactly how long it takes me to get there, but the first time I got here, of course, I live in the student dormitory. We had a happy half years, like one semester before COVID happened. Yeah, so I think COVID is what helped me or drive me to settle here. Because during or after COVID, I was in dormitory, and afterwards I moved out, so find a flat, and then you start to buy your own furniture, and I start to own my very first dog by myself. So that's kind of like the feeling of settling down. So when I was a kid, I always dreamed one day I can own my own key. So when the second you put your key to your own flat, that feeling is amazing. So I don't live with my parents, but I have something for myself. So at that moment, I was like really glad I'm in a place where I always wanted to be. So that's like the moment I felt like, oh, yeah, this can be something I can call home for a while.
Yes. So it's your longest experience abroad is in Prague, right?
Yeah. This is the longest.
Sweet. And you mentioned also like furniture. I think it's also part of like why I don't want to move again. I'm like, okay, now I've arrived with 2 suitcases and now I have just way too much stuff to move again. So,
yeah, that's true.
Okay, so I mean, in 6 years, I guess you grew up a lot in Prague, like find new experiences, meet new people. Looking back at it, would you change anything?
That's a good question. The road that I didn't travel. I'm thinking maybe not that much of a change or things I would do differently, but I would say the mindset will be pretty different because a few years ago when I just graduated, the mindset is still pretty like a student. You're a bit shy, you don't know what's going on. With all those companies, you're like, maybe I can do finance, maybe I do marketing, but you don't know much more. So I would say if things can be different, I would just be more creative and more bold. Yeah.
Yeah, I have the same experience with my year abroad in the US. I was just 20, turning 21 over there. And looking back at it, I would do like, yeah, so much differently because I was so shy and first experience abroad. But that's also what builds you in a way. So
True.
at the same time, it's like, I'm glad it was this
Yeah,
way.
that's part of you.
What image did you have of Prague before you arrived? And
So let's put it this way, 3 months before I arrived to Prague, I didn't know Czech Republic as a country.
yeah.
I always knew there's Czechoslovakia, but I never know it's already a separate country because back in China, you don't really know much about this country, or at least for me,
And
I don't
there's
know
so many
much about
countries
that.
anyway. You can't know them all.
Yeah, so things just happened, and back then I was in China working, and I felt like it's a bit like stagnating, and I see my manager and my manager's manager, I was like, I don't even want to be like them, even if I need to work 10 more extra years. They just don't have a image that I want to be one day. So I'm thinking maybe it's time to explore again for a master degree, because that's kind of one way you can get out. And then I was looking for universities that's really good, but they're also very expensive. So the friend I mentioned who picked me up in the very first day, she actually found like a master program. It's called SAMS. It's like International Management Program.
Okay.
And it's very famous in each country. It has the top tier business school. But also looking into those schools, like in London, in US, Australia, they're super, super expensive.
I love London.
Yeah. Yeah. I think London is LSE and Paris is HEC.
Yes.
So they're very expensive.
Yes.
But then I found like there's Prague, Czech Republic, and then the tuition fee was like very, very affordable. So I'm like, why not? Let's just try. Yeah. That's how I got here with Prague.
And so you applied and it was a kind of a easy process, or?
It wasn't very easy, but it was more complex. But for the program, I eventually got in. I didn't get in the first year because I missed the deadline. So the program manager is literally telling me you can apply for another program, but after you study for like one semester, you can transfer some like the scores and script. So I actually applied the second year for this SEMS and I got in there.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, so like a little bit, but I got there.
And so where did it lead you today? Like can I ask you, what's your job here in Prague?
So I work for a pharmaceutical company. That's also very not related to what I studied here.
Okay.
Yeah, now I work in the IT field, like a business analyst.
Mhm.
But yeah, I would say some of my studies definitely contribute to what I do today. But I can't say like 100% that's like applicable to what I'm doing. So it's a lot of learning, picking up things along the way. Yeah.
Yeah, finding opportunities. Like I feel like on the job market, at least my experience has been, there's like a part of luck everywhere. How many jobs did you have in Prague so far?
One.
Oh, one?
I
Oh,
only
wow.
stay with the same company for internship and graduate program and now of like a permanent full time.
Nice.
Yeah.
I had 3 different jobs, yes,
Yeah?
so far. Yeah.
How were they?
All good, like all very different experiences. I arrived here and worked for the French embassy as like a special program. And it was lasted 2 years. So then I had to decide if I wanted to go back to France or stay. And I felt like I had more things to see here. So then I found a job at Avast, the
software
antivirus company,
Yeah,
because I
know.
had a friend who was working there and they were looking for someone. So, that's this part of luck, or, oh, I'm looking for a job, you're looking for someone, I know you,
That's
let's
the
do it.
network, the power of network.
And then Avast fired me because they were firing a lot of people.
Because
And
they were bought by a US company.
Yes, exactly,
Yeah.
Norton. And then I just found another cool job now working at JetBrains, and it's been 2 years. So yeah, IT as well.
Yeah, nice.
So, because what's your work-life balance? Like, is your job your passion, or is it just a way to have money and travel, or a bit of both?
Bit of both, I would say. The job, because before I always know there's this company that's donating drugs to people who are in need in Africa in general, but I really don't know one day I can be so close to it. So when there was an internship opportunity, I just applied, even though it's a field that I really know nothing about. And then I applied, I did my homework, and then I did my research for the interview. It went actually quite smooth. So I was very lucky, as you said, luck counts every time. So I got in there. And then, yeah, I feel like this is a really great place to be compared to the culture I know, like from my home country. So the work there and then the people there is really, really amazing. They're not like hierarchical. So whenever you have questions or you want to, like, you know something, you're interested in what they're doing, you just go ahead and ask them. They're super helpful and then they're super nice. Even the managers are like that too. So that gives me like, oh, okay, maybe I don't need to be like this, So yeah. And then work-life balance, I would say it depends on the project. Because I was in this graduate program. So I did like 3 rotations, different teams and different departments. It really depends on the project you're doing. And then the market you're doing with. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I guess Prague gives like a pretty nice work-life balance in general. Like,
Oh yeah, compared to Asia, yes.
yes, I mean, I've never been to Asia so much actually. I've traveled once to South Korea, and that's pretty much it. And did your friend take the same path as you, or what is she doing today?
She is actually now taking a very, very different path. She's now doing her own startup in the gastronomy industry now.
Whoa,
Yeah, yeah, and
nice.
she's quite successful.
Wow. Because it's funny actually that she decided to stay as well. Like,
Yeah, we kind of all stayed after the graduation. Yeah, yeah.
do you guys ever talk about this? Like, what if you live? What if I live? Like, because sometimes a few of my friends are mentioning sometimes they want to leave Prague, and I'm like, no, you're not leaving me here. Because then that's also something about being an expat. You have to make new friends kind of all over the time because
True.
sometimes people are leaving. So I actually have few different groups of friends, to never kind of be alone, sort of. So do you have the same feeling? How do you
Yeah, of
guys
course.
manage it?
There are some of my friends that eventually they decided to go back to the home country, of course, for their own purpose and reasons. And I hope that's also the best choice they made. But for me, I think going back to my home country is not an option I would take because I really enjoy things here and then work life or there's no life balance back home. And I do enjoy everything I'm doing here. So for the friends that went back, they have their own reasons. But I also know a couple of friends who actually during COVID time they went back and then they came back again.
I
Yeah.
heard few stories like this too.
Yeah.
So that's what I tell to like friends who are living. I'm like, okay, leave. I'm pretty sure you're gonna come back.
Yeah.
No, but yeah. Everyone has different experiences. So what do you think about Prague? Did you discover any new passion here, new hobby?
Yeah. I think there was a time not a month, a year or 2 years ago. I felt like I've done everything. And then you know that feeling like you before you have like a wish list. And then the avoid feeling you have when you tick box all of them. And then you're like, what do I do next? What's my next inspiration or aspiration? So I did experience that and it wasn't fun. So I kind of like get myself out there to talk to people. And then I'm a very people person. So by talking to people, I can find new things that can inspire me. So recently I got not very, but kind of sportive. I started to try the tennis and also the volleyball. And then I try to organize this paddle boats with friends after work
Ooh.
in the river. So I try to go out and then do a lot of more things. And I do try to like go to events like this expat event we met each other. So yeah, I think these are not new hobbies, but like try to see new things. Even though I'm here for such a long time, but there are still so many things I don't know about.
Yeah, same. I guess that's why I'm still here because there's so many places I haven't been. Like some of them are tricky. Like I really want to visit the Barandov studio, like where they keep like all these movie sets, equipment, and like because there's like so many international movies shot here.
Oh, really? Where's
And
that?
it's in Barandov, so like Prague 5 behind.
Down there, yeah.
But I think it's not open to the public anymore. You have to have a group, something. I never figured out their website in Czech, basically. But I'm hoping to visit one day. Yeah, even like nature spot or just the number of brunch places you have to visit because one opens every weekend.
Oh yeah, there's so many new restaurants or like these fancy cafes.
Yeah, even right now, because like as you know, I twisted my leg. And I'm also like very active person. I like to go biking. I like to go salsa. And right now I'm just stuck for 2 months and more. But there's so many activities for me. So I tried to make a rug. I tried to make some stamps. Next thing I'm gonna make candles, so there's like always something to spend money on because it's actually really hard for me to save money in Prague.
There's so many interesting things.
Yeah, it's still not like the priciest city in the world, even though like in the last 6 years, like we can have a rough increase of prices. But yeah, I'm just, or maybe it's an excuse and I'm just not good at saving money.
No, there are just too many distractions. It's like me, I always like another hobby is like I really like plants. And this morning I literally went to one like a plant exhibition and I bought a bunch of them back home.
Nice.
And then every time my boyfriend, if we pass any shop with plants or any, those like home decoration shops, and he would just push me like this, don't look, go forward.
Yeah. I think I reached my maximum. I don't have that many plants, maybe 5, but I've reached my maximum of how many I can take care of for sure. Yeah. So how's your friends group here? Would you say it's mostly expats or Czechs?
For Czechs, it's mostly colleagues. And I do have a few colleagues that are like close friends that are Czech, and they're very helpful whenever I'm in questions or different situations. I was like, hey, can you help me with this and that? I owe them a lot. And then, yeah, I would say the rest will be very international, and there's certain group of like Chinese people. Yeah.
Okay. I remember my question I wanted to ask before is, so you've been here 6 years. Do you think about getting the nationality here? Is that a topic for you, or are you not interested?
It's not that interesting for me, at least, like getting the nationality, because in China you cannot have dual nationality. You
Okay.
can only keep one.
Uh-huh.
And then one of my friend actually did so, but she has her reason because she needs to travel quite often for her work. So getting the passport will be very easy for her to travel, at least with all the visa hassles.
Wait, can you repeat that? I didn't get it.
So one of my friend actually got the nationality,
Oh,
but not
okay.
Czech one,
Okay.
another country in Europe. But for her, she has her reason because she needs to travel for her work.
Okay.
So the new passport helps her to go everywhere without visa, So it's convenient for her. But for me, I don't see that much of benefits, at least for me, because I know the difference between a PR, like the permanent resident, and a nationality is basically you have the right to vote.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, at least for me.
I didn't know.
Yeah,
Oh.
because otherwise all the benefits and everything is pretty the same. And for me, I don't think I can manage to learn Czech in that good level so I can get a nationality. And plus, I don't think I know that much to really vote to who,
To what's happening.
Yeah.
It's easy to live like in our expat bubble, kind of like
True.
you don't read the news so much. I mean, I follow a couple news things on Instagram, but it's not like I listen to the radio or TV every day.
No, because most of the resources are in Czech, and it's really hard to capture, I would say.
Yeah, because even the expat media, they're like publishing news that are interesting to expats, sort of. So like,
so I know which metro is gonna close,
Yes.
where it's gonna be new exhibition. But for real politics things like or news, I really don't know much about it.
yeah, just like when there's election and then your colleagues start talking about it, but then you don't hear about it for like another 2 years. But so do you have the permanent residence, or it's after 10 years, no?
It's like 10
Oh.
years. I don't know, but I don't have it
Okay.
because I am still learning my Czech.
Oh, okay. So for permanent residence, you also need Czech.
Czech language, I think it's B1 or B2.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. The 5 years one is A2. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. So what did you find the most difficult here, or what do you still find the most difficult here? And would you like maybe to change?
I can't change that. What's difficult, I think, is the service. For example, it's very convenient to shop online in China, and it takes really, really short time for this to get to you. And if there's a default or anything, you can return back really easy. But for me, it's such a big struggle. Whenever you need to order something online, even though it's such a small thing, you can't find it in the shop. You have to order online. And for them to deliver to you, you need to pay this 45 or 65 Czech crown for them to deliver to you. And if you're not home, sometimes, if they're nice enough, they put it to some stores you can collect by yourself. And sometimes they just leave or they don't even call you. And it's super difficult because you need to get it. And it's such a big hassle to call them back, to write, blah, blah, blah. And if you actually receive it, but then the product is not good, it's another level of complexity. So for me, this is such a big, big struggle, but I can't change much about it.
True, yeah, that's gonna take a while. Yeah, I remember Because sometimes the delivery websites, you can like click and change the delivery time
Sometimes, yes.
sometimes, but sometimes you have no way of contacting them, and then they just call you and you're like, I'm at work. Like,
Yeah.
so,
And
like,
sometimes they don't call you, and then when you search on the website, they say we had several attempts but failed.
yeah. I should have counted how many packages I've like lost or
Yeah.
rescheduled or
Yeah,
anything.
yeah,
It's
it's
kind of
just
crazy.
crazy. And another one is about this posta. It's just always a pain because they prefer you to speak Czech and I don't, and then they're always so angry.
I
And I'm
know.
really terrified to go there.
Actually, I have been meaning to go to the post office for like maybe 3 weeks because I haven't. One of my friends sent me a birthday card. I've never received it. Then one of my friends sent wedding announcement, never received it. And a baby announcement, never received it. So I'm kind of starting. And the address I gave them is correct. And I used to receive package like this. So I actually don't know what's going on. And I need to go to the post office. But yeah, I know it's going to be a
it's that
struggle.
fear.
But actually for Czech people as well, because I have this good friend, she lives in Nusle,
Mm-hmm.
and they had this post office and they just opened a new one, like in this new building they made.
Mm.
And she was like, it's so much nicer. And everybody that actually gets into this new post office, they're like, oh, it's so much nicer than the old one. And even the service is so much nicer. And so even for Czech people, it's a struggle
It's also
sometimes.
like a struggle. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think other than service, it's probably some other like life related. For example, my friend just got her knee problem and she needs to probably go for a knee surgery.
Oh,
So
friend.
it's very, 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 very much scary. But then for me, I'm actually very scared also to get sick or anything. Like if it's very minor, I do have this insurance company, blah, blah, blah. But if it's getting serious, if I don't have a really good friend who speaks Czech, I don't know what to do. For example, like do I go to ER or do I wait 10 hours, 2 months to get an MRI? It's just in the dark. So I'm really scared
True.
about this.
I'm trying not to. Actually, I'm not stressed about my surgery yet. So I need to get knee surgery at the end of August.
You
And-
do it here or in
Yes,
France?
here. And my
Okay.
parents were like, you have to come back to France to do it. And I was like, why? This is my home here. I'm happy here. I have my friends. I have Rochlik delivery.
Mm-mm.
I have tram. It's just easier for me to stay here. And then I talked to colleagues and they were like, ooh, surgery. And then they start to make me stressed. And it's true that I think a very good advice for expats here is to at least have one Czech friend
Oh yes.
that can help you like with. I had to pick up like some scans from the hospital, and
Mm.
even though I speak Czech, like it was just a Monday 8 a.m. and me and the person at the hospital were not understanding each other, so I just called my friend Monday 8 a.m. I was like, please, can you talk to this lady so she gives me my scan?
Mm.
So yeah, it's kind of frustrating because I'm like, okay, I take 2 lessons of Czech a week and I still can't really manage like anything. Not anything, but like
So
yeah,
you're good
you still
already.
need
If you can go to
help.
hospital by yourself alone, that's already a big step.
Yes, true. And another friend is like, do you want me to come with you? Do you want me to come with you? And I think I have this will of like being independent, and I'm like, no, I can't do it. And then I always call like, oh, okay, maybe I need some help. So yeah, it's
Yeah.
adjustments. But again, I think sometimes it's the same for Czech people because we talked recently with my friends about hospital things. And I was saying I had this doctor at the emergency,
Mm.
and then I had the same doctor at a private practice,
Mhm.
like by just luck.
So he works 2 jobs.
Yes, he works 2 jobs, and at the emergency service, so public service, he was like barely speaking English, like, with a very weird accent. And then I enter his private practice and I'm like, oh, we know each other. And then he
Hello again.
speaks perfect English. And that was kind of the first experience I had where I was like, huh, like they really make difference between like expats or not.
Yeah, interesting.
So yeah, funny things. So yeah, delivery system, totally agree. Post office, totally agree.
All the pain points.
Hospital as well, yeah. Anything else that surprised you about Czech Republic in general or about the culture?
I think it's about dog. Yeah. Czech people here, they're so friendly towards dogs.
Okay, I was
Yeah.
like, what are you gonna say?
They're just like, because I can feel the difference because I when I came here, I don't have a dog. And then sometime later, I do have a dog. And I can see people's attitude towards me change for the dog.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes when I walk my dog on the street, you can see people smiling to the dog. And that's really interesting fact. Like, it doesn't really happen in China. If they love the dog, they come to talk to you. But not like they don't give a damn about you, but they only like dog. So this is what's interesting for me.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yes, I've noticed. Even it's sometimes funny because Czech dogs have names that we use in our own country for like normal names, if I can say, like person's names. So there's like dogs called Hugo or stuff like this, and my best friend is called Hugo.
Yeah.
So it's just funny. But yeah, I don't have a dog, so I don't have that experience. But that must seem funny. So did you made any fun encounter with your dog?
Oh, a lot. So with the dog, it also depends on the other dog owner's personality, I think, because I do have a female dog, and then she's very friendly and hyperactive. So whenever there's the other owner with the dog, they will always ask me, is it a Horka or is it Kluk, like a boy or girl? Whenever I say girl, okay, it's good, it's all good. And then sometimes if they speak English, we start to talk. I think it was in my previous flat, I met a girl, and then our dogs immediately became friends. And then I was talking to her. I think she was high that time. And she was like, oh, so nice and everything. And then we were just bumping into each other whenever we walk dogs. And then one time she's like, it's my boyfriend's birthday. We want you to come. You're like so cool friends for us. I said, okay, we can. So we ended up in this little hill in Prague 5. I think it's very close to Radlicka, something.
Yes.
Yeah. So they drove a car there with a back trunk full of big like boxes of beer, wine, and everything, a food grill. And then they pack a lot of sleeping bags. So we spent the whole night there. That was my first time.
Whoa.
Like without going on hiking or tent and everything. We just had the blankets or things on the floor. They were grilling, they were drinking, they were doing mushroom. What's so funny?
With the doggies.
Yeah, with the doggies.
Awesome.
So eventually doggy were sleeping and we were drinking, and then I saw the sunrise.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a really fun experience.
Okay, so I might need to get a dog to get such experience.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know, actually, because one of my best friend lives in Dublin, and to make friends, I was like, oh, maybe you can like have these groups where you walk dogs or something. I'm sure it exists, and I was like, I actually should look if it exists in Prague. I don't know if it
Oh, I
does.
think they do. They do. There are so many people who want you to walk their dog because they don't have time. And there are so many people who offer such a service.
That sounds fun.
Yeah.
Sweet. Do you think you're a good expat? And what do you think about the word expat?
Expat, I think it sounds like a fancy name. Because most time people call you immigrant, right? For me, expat sounds like, okay, I'm here for a mission. Either it's my work or anything. But the expat sounds like you need to go back sometime, right? You're just here
Yeah.
momentarily. So yeah, I never, but I don't feel like I'm a good an expat because I feel like I kind of stayed here. I'm like an immigrant. I don't
Okay.
know. Yeah, what's the difference between these words? I sometimes feel expat sounds fancier.
Yeah, but to me, immigrant sounds negative.
Yeah.
So to me, expat is just someone that lives abroad. Does it have a finished date? I'm not sure. Like, I've looked online and there's like different definitions here and there.
Yeah.
Okay, we can call this episode like Xuxu, 5th episode of Prague Immigrants. I'm happy to do that for you.
No, expat sounds fancier. Like whenever you hear, oh, go to that district, there are many expats there. You sounds like, oh,
Yeah,
that's
true.
it's better. Like cool cafes, cool people,
Yes.
right?
And did you have that will when you arrived to be like, okay, I'm not gonna hang out with expats and I'm just gonna dive into Czech culture, Czech people, or
Not really. I actually didn't think in this way because I feel like in the very beginning when I was a student, whoever you know, it's basically whoever you study with. So there's a good amount of internationals, there are a good amount of Czechs that I didn't really think, oh, I don't want to hang out with those. I want to hang out with those. No, Just whoever's cooler and whoever have the same vibe or energy, you end up
Yes.
together.
Let's just go with the flow.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, actually, I agree. Like expat sounds like fancy and sounds annoying too. Like it means like, oh, these expats thinks they're better than everyone else and stuff like this. Especially as you say, like when you talk about some neighborhood, like Vinohrady,
Mm.
it's like, oh, expats there. Like no, they're like so. Yeah, they
Porsche.
think they're better. What's your favorite thing here?
My favorite thing here. Good question. Let me think.
Sure.
My favorite thing here. I think it's how easy everything can be accessible. For example, the transportation. And then my favorite thing will always be the beauty of Prague. Because I live actually very next to a river. Do you know Viton? This big
Yes.
railway bridge. My office is right next to, like on the other side of the bridge. So before
So
now
I know
I'm in
where
a
you
new
work now.
flat. I'm in a new flat now, but before I moved, I always take the tram to Viton and then I walk through this bridge.
Nice. Oh yeah, that's
So every day
especially
I'm
nice.
like, grateful for such a pretty scenery and then such a pretty city that I'm living in. So sometimes I feel, oh, I really live here. That's like, oh, it's really nice.
I have a mystery to solve. Not me, but the Prague city has a mystery to solve. And since you worked near Viton, do you know that there was always these swans like
Mhm.
in the river? And at some point, like every time I would go to Naplavka, I was super scared because there were like
Very aggressive.
hundreds of them. Like really, at some point, there were like 30 following each other. And I felt like it was very dangerous. And from one day to the other, like we never saw them again. And I actually saw an article this week that where did the Prague swans go? And they found one that is dead, and they actually studied it, and it wasn't poisoned or wasn't anything. So it's not like it's police case or anything, but it's just mystery. Where did these swans went?
Oh, I never really noticed they're not there anymore.
Yeah, I think I don't go to Naplavka so much anymore, but I think there's maybe now like 3 or 4. But before it was very scary.
Yeah, quite a lot
Yeah.
there. Oh, I didn't notice. Because when I was walking on a bridge, when you see the swans in the water, it looks like someone throw the napkins.
Yeah. All right. So if anyone knows where these swans go, please send information to Xuxu Podcast.
Yeah, comment below.
Yes. Okay. And what's one thing you miss from home?
Oh, food, of course.
Yes.
That's for everybody. Because my boyfriend's French, and what he missed the most is food too. And other than food, I would say the service, like how fast things can be. Because here, maybe, I don't know, it's everything outside China. Because in China, things can be really fast. If you have some emergency, you need to visit the hospital, they do everything, all the scanning, pretty much in the morning done. But this is not the case here. So I just feel like things are pretty slow here, slower. So if people are used to that, it's fine. But for me, yeah, this also is like something I miss back home.
And can you do it for free as well in China? Is it all the scanning you do?
Yeah, if you have the public insurance, yes. Yes.
Do you feel at home here since it's been 6 years?
Yeah. I think this feeling of this as home happens when I'm here. So I did travel back home earlier this May. And back home, I also feel that was my home, but that's not also my home. Yeah, I
Yes.
think for expat or people who travel quite often in their life, they do have this sense of not belonging anywhere.
Yes, true. When you're here in Prague, you're like missing all these family moments or activities in France for myself. And then when I'm over there, I'm like, oh, but I really want to go home now.
Yeah, it's really also different. So
Yeah.
we used to have a class back in the university. It's called Global Citizen. Like, what does it mean, global citizen? And then I think in my little group, our eventual discussion is like, when you're a global citizen, that means you don't belong anywhere. That's quite lonely, you know?
Yeah, it has some pros and cons for sure. It's like, what if we would all speak the same language, you know, and then don't have to live this madness of like someone in the hospital or post office not understanding you.
True.
but then it would also become kind of bland and sad. So
Pros and
it
cons, yeah.
yes, it makes stories to to talk to your friends on a Friday after work, like, oh, this happened to the Czech office. So
Exactly.
all right. So let's say I don't know when, like in a couple months or a couple years, you want to move out from Prague. What are you gonna do for your last day in Prague?
I would do city walk.
City walk the whole city?
Major, I think mostly in the old town, because I think that's really unique. And then walk around to visit the good restaurant, grab a coffee, and then with friends. Yeah, I think really spend in the city.
From sunrise to
Yeah, the whole day walk.
nice. Actually, I heard there's this one friend who turned 30 last year, and their friends, his friends, to celebrate, they made him like a treasure hunt throughout Prague, and all of the place he loved or something, or all of the place that meant something to him.
Yeah, with memories.
And I found like this is so cool. Like I feel
a
like
sweet gift.
for last day in Prague, it would be really cool to do like your favorite bar, your best hangovers, something.
The spot.
Yes. Stuff like this.
I think when I came to Prague, back then, I learned that there is this tour of walk. So basically, it's a tour. I don't know if it's organized by homeless people, but it's kind of like a tour to
Yes.
show you from the perspective of homeless, like
Yes.
where are the spots. But I never went to that tour, but I'm always intrigued to go.
I heard about it as well, maybe like 3-4 years ago, and I completely forgot about it, but I also heard about it. Yeah, I'll try to find where it is and link it somewhere. Sweet. Is there anything else you want to discuss or touch upon?
I think what I want to share is like how lucky I am, at least.
Oh,
So
to meet me? Oh, thank you.
Of course. Thank you for inviting.
No.
And then also the mindset shifts and then the confidence level you gain when you are not at your home. The view you had, like back home, you probably had like 90-degree view, but when you go outside of the place where you used to be, like you need to handle a lot of things by yourself. You start to pick up responsibilities, and then you start to feel, oh, it's not too bad. I can have my life under my control. Because some of my friends back home, they probably live with their parents. They deal with different type of trouble or like, you know, issues or happiness level like I don't get to experience. So I would say in general, I feel super lucky. Along the way, I meet good people who can be kind of like a mentor for me, or they're like super energetic. They always give me new ideas. Yeah. And then I managed to get out my little comfort zone and then be who I am today.
That's super cool. Did your parents, did you talk with your parents about like this change? Did they see a change in you?
Yeah. They were proud. They are proud, of course. And then I just think back, like, for example, the year before I went to France, like that's my first country I visited. I will say if I can travel back to time and see myself like that moment, I was like, wow, why are you so shy? Like you don't know anything. And then, yeah, it's really different. If you talk to your friends, maybe back home, they will say, wow, your personality also changed, maybe like the way you talk, the way you speak, and act change a lot. I think that's environment.
For
Environment
sure.
is really important.
Yeah, and when you go back home to your home country sometimes and talk with your friends, it can become sometimes difficult to relate to, like, because our experiences are so different. Like they're always like, oh, Margot, you travel everywhere, you're so lucky. And I'm like, yeah, but you see, you built a life here, you have a house, like family. It's also like, it's just two different types of life. Like,
True, very true.
yeah, it's kind of, I don't know how much you keep contact with your friends back home in China, but it's also like a tricky process for expats. Like, because at the beginning you try to keep in contact like maybe once a month, and then it's like once
So
every
then
2
you do this,
months.
yeah. Because the life you live is very different now, and then it's really hard to relate to one another. So the common topic just start to shrink, and then eventually you're just like, oh, like.
Yeah, which doesn't mean that it's bad. It's just like even with your friends here, like sometimes you just shift path, and that's
Yeah, it's
okay. You were
normal.
friends for
Yeah,
a while, and now you get along better with other people because they have similar experiences or stuff. So that's also the beauty of life, I think.
Yeah. So be grateful of those people who showed up a while in your life.
Yes. Do you document anything about your like experiences abroad? Like may it be pictures, writing?
Oh yeah, I do that a lot. I started doing the journaling when I was in my first year of university. So that's after high school, because high school in China is pretty depressing.
Okay.
You have to study whole day long.
Oh
Like,
no.
yeah. So from the university, I start to document all these things, what I think, blah blah blah, who I saw today, who like someone says something, I always wrote them down. Yeah.
Every day?
Not every day,
Oh,
just
okay.
like whenever I feel like to do so. And then I take photos because I do feel like that's the moment I want to capture. And I bought like a hard drive of 2 TB that I just need to upload all the photos because otherwise my phone will be like screaming.
Yes, and you probably need to keep copies somewhere else as well. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Nice. Yeah, also write a journal sometimes. I would say like once a month, not even, but whenever I write it, then I try to update like all of parts of my life, like work life, family, friends, love life, whatever. And then it's always funny to open the book like 1 month after and
Yeah,
reread
like
what you
was I
wrote, and you're like,
thinking?
I'm a completely different person than a month ago or like a year ago.
Yeah.
So yeah, but sometimes I feel silly like writing things, but then it's always fun to read. And same like with pictures, I try to print photo books like every 6 months of what happened because like there's so many things and my memory is like very little. So yeah, okay. Well, thank you so much for sharing everything.
Thank you for it.
Usually the last thing I ask my guests is to make a wish, so I'm just gonna light the candle here.
Ooh.
You can think of a wish, don't say anything, just think about it, and hopefully it becomes true. And if it does, you can come back on the podcast and tell us all about it.
Okay, that's wonderful.
So
How did you come up with this little ritual at the end?
I'm going to take the mic. When I was thinking about starting this podcast, I was like, okay, I need like the same question for everyone at the beginning, and I need some nice ending to it that doesn't exist in other podcasts, hopefully. So it was just, I don't know, thinking and brainstorming like I like to do, like have 10 ideas a day. And I don't know, I guess I was just at home like with my candles and I was like, oh, like making a wish could be. And so yeah, that's how it was, because actually my friend had just gave me this candle and I was like,
What
okay, let's
is
go.
it?
You're my sunshine, I think.
Oh, cute.
So yeah, if you have your wish, please go ahead and you can blow the candle.
Okay.
Yay.
Nice.
All right, that was it. So yeah, thank you so much. That was the 5th episode. If you like it, share, etc., etc. And we'll see you again in a month. All right, thank you,
See you.
Olivia. If you enjoy the podcast, please share, subscribe, let us know in the comments if you have any other topics or ideas of guests. So yeah, see you around for the next episode in a month.